Every single moment of your life is being filtered, altered, and quietly erased by your own brain. That exam you studied for all night, the name of someone you just met, even what you ate for breakfast last week, most of it is already gone. But here's the strange part. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Forgetting isn't a flaw, it's a feature. And understanding how memory really works might change the way you think about everything you've ever learned. Memory feels permanent, like a video recording you can replay whenever you want. But that's not how it works at all. Every time you remember something, your brain reconstructs it from scattered pieces, stored across different regions. And each time you do that, the memory changes slightly. Details fade, emotions shift. Sometimes your brain even fills in gaps with information that was never there. This is why two people can experience the exact same event and remember it completely differently. They're not lying. Their brains just rebuilt the memory in different ways. Scientists divide memory into three main types. Sensory memory lasts only a fraction of a second. It's the brief impression of sights, sounds, and smells that hit you constantly. Most of it vanishes instantly because your brain can't possibly store everything. Short-term memory, also called working memory, holds information for about 20 to 30 seconds. This is where you keep a phone number in your head just long enough to dial it. But unless you actively repeat it or connect it to something meaningful, it disappears. Long-term memory is where things can last a lifetime. But even here, storage isn't guaranteed. To move information from short-term to long-term memory, your brain has to decide it's worth keeping, and that decision is based on a few key factors. Repetition is one of them. The more you encounter something, the stronger the neural pathways become. Emotion is another. Experiences tied to strong feelings, whether joy, fear, or surprise, get prioritized. Your brain assumes that if something made you feel intensely, it's probably important for survival. Meaning also matters. If you can connect new information to something you already know, it's far more likely to stick. Random facts with no context are the first to go. But even after a memory makes it into long-term storage, it's not safe. This is where forgetting really begins. Your brain is constantly pruning connections it doesn't think you need anymore. Neurons that aren't used regularly start to weaken, synapses fade, and eventually the memory becomes harder and harder to retrieve until it's functionally gone. This process is called synaptic decay, and it happens to everyone, all the time. Then there's interference. This is when new memories compete with old ones. If you've ever struggled to remember where you parked today because you park in the same lot every day, that's interference. Your brain has so many similar memories stacked on top of each other that it can't easily separate them. The more similar two pieces of information are, the more likely they are to blur together. Another major factor is retrieval failure. Sometimes the memory is still there, but you just can't access it. It's like having a book on a shelf but forgetting where you put it. The information exists, but the pathway to reach it has weakened. This is why you might suddenly remember something hours after you stopped trying. Your brain kept searching in the background and eventually found the right connection. Sleep plays a massive role in all of this. While you sleep, your brain replays the events of the day, strengthening important connections and clearing out the clutter. Deep sleep, in particular, is when memories get consolidated and moved into long-term storage. This is why pulling an all-nighter before an exam is such a bad idea. You might cram information into short-term memory, but without sleep, most of it won't stick. Studies show that people who sleep after learning retain significantly more than those who stay awake. Stress and distraction also wreak havoc on memory. When you're anxious or overwhelmed, your brain floods with cortisol, a hormone that interferes with the formation of new memories. That's why it's so hard to focus when you're stressed, and why you might blank out during a test even though you studied. Multitasking has a similar effect. When your attention is split, your brain doesn't encode information deeply enough for it to last. You think you're being productive, but you're actually sabotaging your ability to remember. Age affects memory too, but not in the way most people think. It's true that older adults often experience more forgetfulness, but it's not because their brains are filling up or wearing out. The main issue is processing speed. It takes longer to encode and retrieve information, but older brains are often better at filtering out irrelevant details. and focusing on what truly matters. Wisdom, in a way, is just highly refined forgetting. Now here's where things get even stranger. Not all forgetting is passive. Sometimes your brain actively suppresses memories, especially traumatic ones. This is a protective mechanism. If remembering something causes significant distress, your brain may block access to it, at least temporarily. This doesn't mean the memory is erased. It's still there, buried deep, and it can resurface under the right conditions. Therapy, certain triggers, or even random associations can bring it back. There's also something called motivated forgetting. This is when you unconsciously push away thoughts or memories you don't want to deal with. It's not the same as deliberately trying to forget. It happens on a deeper level, driven by emotional avoidance. And interestingly, research shows that the harder you try to suppress a thought, the more likely it is to pop back up. This is known as the rebound effect. False memories add another layer of complexity. Your brain doesn't just forget things, it also invents them. Studies have shown that people can be convinced they experienced events that never happened, simply through suggestion and repetition. Memory is so flexible that it can be influenced by leading questions, photos, stories from others, or even your own imagination. This has serious implications, especially in legal settings, where eyewitness testimony is often treated as reliable. In reality, human memory is one of the least dependable sources of evidence. So, if forgetting is constant and inevitable, does that mean we're helpless? Not at all. There are ways to work with your brain instead of against it. Spacing out your learning over time is far more effective than cramming. This is called spaced repetition, and it takes advantage of the way your brain strengthens connections through repeated exposure. Testing yourself regularly, even before you feel ready, also helps. Retrieval practice forces your brain to reconstruct the memory, which reinforces it. Teaching someone else what you've learned is even better. When you explain something, you have to organize it clearly in your mind, which deepens understanding and retention. Creating strong associations makes memories easier to recall. Linking new information to vivid images, stories, or emotions gives your brain more pathways to access it later. This is why mnemonic devices work so well. They turn abstract information into something concrete and memorable. Paying full attention when you're learning something is equally critical. If you're distracted, the memory never forms properly in the first place. You can't forget what you never truly learned. Physical health supports memory too. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and promotes the growth of new neurons, especially in the hippocampus, a region crucial for memory. A balanced diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants and vitamins supports brain function. Staying socially active and mentally engaged also keeps your cognitive abilities sharp. The brain, like any other part of the body, gets stronger with use. But perhaps the most important thing to understand is this: forgetting isn't failure. It's how your brain stays efficient. If you remembered every single detail of every single day, your mind would be overwhelmed with useless clutter. You'd struggle to think clearly, make decisions, or focus on what matters. Forgetting allows you to let go of the trivial and hold on to the meaningful. It's a form of mental hygiene, a way of making room for new experiences and ideas. Your memory isn't a perfect record of the past. It's a tool for navigating the present and preparing for the future. And the truth is, you don't need to remember everything. You just need to remember what counts.